Test, test.
Nee, best niet. Kan van. Dat is waar ik
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. How you doing? I've got a cool commentator just coming in a second. We've got the Choice Scarf Chi, we've got Tornadoes, we've got Golden Goal Landers, Ironhands, Urshifu, and the two players playing against each other are Amelis versus Twix as well. We max with the Farigiraf Landers, Arnett actually, Rillaboom, and Farigiraf, Etran, and Dragonite and Urshifu. It's gonna be quite interesting to see what bring. Alright, meanwhile I was checking up on the stream if everything's fixed. Seems to be alright. Gonna pause and Spotify. There we go. Oh. Okay, we are here. We've got the teams as well. Checking up on the list as well from both these players. Seeing that I will commentating standings. So we've got the Urshifu. Oh, we got Lanos and Golden and Farigiraf. Urshifu this time around. This is Urshifu Water yet again. Surgeon Strikes. It is able to hit 3 times with a water move and will be crit, crit, crit. Even though it is intimidated, it will negate that grit thanks to that amazing move. Surgeon Strikes there. Golden Go, of course, being the possibility of Terra Water. It is able to Landers itself as well. Being that Terra Water, able to make sure that this Urshifu do a whole lot of damage to itself as well. Resist that as well. Golden Bull opting to switch out here. We have the Tornadoes as well, switching in, making sure to have those priorities. Tailwinds for that possibility. Farigiraf constantly not going for that tricky since the ones that were on the field earlier were not really ready. So it is that time. Terra Water on the Urshifu, going for those very strong surging strikes possibly. Have another Terra coming out. It is that Landorus this time around. Going for that Terra Water as well. Making sure it is able to resist any sort of water type moves that this Urshifu might be going for. Also very nice to make sure that any effect of ice type moves will do as well. Got a helping hand from Farigiraf actually still wanting to opt to do as much damage as possible. We have the Surging Strikes coming out, boosted with the Terra as well. Into the Tornadoes, is it enough? We have 1 critical hit, 2 critical hits, and it's looking like the 3rd critical hit will be enough to bring down this Tornadoes. Now Landers is still able to make a move this turn. We already know that. We also are aware that the Landers is itself faster, slower than the Urshifu. A very powerful Earthquake coming out onto the Urshifu and the Frigate doing quite a bit. And we have Choice Banded Landers. This is the power of it as well. Alright. Sorry about that. So doing quite a bit of damage. We have Chiyu. Now Chiyu not really wanting to take an earthquake in this regard, especially with this Lazarus just being able to go for those strong earthquakes right now. I'm taking a look at the team as well. Okay. There we go. So the Chiyu itself is a choice scarf, so it is able to go for one attack. It will go down afterwards. We do have the Golgo in the back, so this Lazarus really has the possibility to kill everything on his own field right now. As a Choreograph has the option to go for a possible different choice banded earthquake. So much Lazarus switching out, not wanting to hurt his teammates, probably the best play in that regard. And why switch also to the Heatran there, knowing that that it wouldn't stay in this regard. As Choreograph goes for the Trick Room, and now with Trick Room up, Choreograph and the are possibly slower than Golago, meaning they are now faster thanks to the Trick Room. Golago, of course, itself not having that Terra option anymore, and Landers is being able to be swapped in again. These are a lot of choice items here, as we see Choice Scarf, Chiyu, we have Golago, Choice Specs, and Landers and choice. We have the Choreograph actually opting to switch out as well. Just not being able to deal a lot of damage as the Rillaboom coming in, giving that extra protection to the Heatran as well with any potential earthquakes and such, and making sure that Grassy Tree heals this Heatran as well. Golago switching out again, gonna go into that Landorus. We already know it is the Landorus. Landorus is gonna be able to intimidate with the Terra. Water is also very nice. Make sure he is able to take any sort of fire moves from this Heatran. As Heatran is going for the Heat Wave, not doing a whole lot of damage to the Virus as his Q, despite Chiyu being on the field. Dark Pulse onto the Rillaboom, doing a respectable amount of damage onto this Rillaboom, certainly knowing that these Pokemon both have choice card, not being choice specs, but still proving that it is one of those Pokemon that is just capable of doing that much damage. Now, Rillaboom coming in, meaning it has possibility to go for Fake Out. We have already the awareness that the two Pokemon are, the two Pokemon are choice locked, meaning they can't really go for Protect. So Fake Out seems pretty free, while this Heatran is able to go for example, an Earth Power onto the Chiyu. You can't really switch into the Golago because Golago itself also is. So you have to make some sort of sacrifice right now. This is, of course, the thing that happens when you Terra your Landorus, but you don't have to type in Landorus. Take neutral from it, but no longer the immunity. Have a switch out from the Landorus actually. We'll go not wanting to get hit by any sort of grass type moves as the Heat Wave coming out, and Golago dodges as well into the Chiyu still. Of course, as the Wood Hammer coming out into that Golago. Golago still taking that, meaning this Chiyu is able to go for an attack as well right now. Dark Pulse, a critical hit onto the Rillaboom, and Rillaboom will go down as well. Down and about. That's unfortunate. Very well. So Chiyu opting to go for the threat. Heatran just go for the Heat Wave for the possible Golago switch in, but unfortunately Golago did switch in, but the unfortunate miss does seem of you hate to see it happen. As we do have a little bit of Grassy Terrain healing, and after the graph coming in, is slower. Is it able to hit anything? It has Dazzling Gleam as his only attack, so not really able to hit the Golago very hard. Heat Wave from Heatran does manage to hit it hard, but it doesn't even carry the Earth Power. It carries Flash Cannon. It's going for those stab moves with Substitute Protect as well. So the Golago looking in a rather fine position right now, as long as he keeps dodging the Heat, of course that is. Landor is coming in, intimidating them, making sure that he are not that very effective, as the Ferrigraph is only able to go for a Helping Hand or a possible Helping Hand with the or a possible Flash Cannon, and we have the Helping Hand for a Heat Wave. Hit can Earth Power. Landers burn, unfortunately. This Landers burned, unfortunately, and the Chiyu just being able, even with that choice scarf in Trick Room, still doing that much work because no Earth Power means this Chiyu is kind of free to stay here as well, as Dark Pulse will be able to take care of this Rigorav as well. A little bit of terrain healing on all of these Pokemon, of course, right now, but yeah, not really. Heatran not really being able to do a lot. So, Urshifu coming in, we remember this is Terra Water Urshifu, but it is, of course, faster than Landorus. This Landorus does have the capability to kill this Urshifu from this range as well. Heatran just not really being able to put in the work that it normally can do, as it is just walled by this Chiyu as well. So, the other possibility, if you are able to kill Chiyu right now with a critical hit, oh, no crits, but doing quite a bit of damage as Alliance goes for some damage onto that Urshifu. Urshifu going down, meaning only the Heatran is left, and that Heatran will be taking a strong Dark Pulse from this Chiyu as well. As the Dark Pulse is coming in, the Heatran, ooh, a critical hit on top of it as well, meaning this Heatran is quite low, quite unfortunate there. It is Heatran versus the world. It has its Grassy Tree for just 2 turns if I recall correctly, but with Landers and Chiyu being on the field and in the back another Golden Goal, it seems like this might be game. Dark Pulse coming out into the Heatran, and Heatran is down. I'm just gonna finally tweet the last one, the final tweet. Doing stop. We'll be right back with. Alright, so from what we've learned from the last game, Heatran not really being able to put in the effort against that Chiyu, first off. Chiyu actually looking rather nice, and all those choice items on these Pokemon is quite spectacular, especially when you know that Iron Hands as well with the Assault Vest, meaning it can protect either, so not a lot of protecting going around. But then again, Urshifu is in the meta, so yes. But yeah, the potential of just peak outs still have those, but Bananas was easily dealt with. In Trick Room, you couldn't showcase you against that, like, didn't really get the opportunity to really use its team in that Trick Room mode because of well, the amazing core of that land. Everything. They will pivot around a lot while the Heatran not work. So, let's see what the adaptations are for this team. I feel like this could definitely prove that Heatran maybe not the one to bring this time around, and we might be seeing Dragonite instead actually. As we do have the game beginning and support Grandma in the back, we have Heatran back again, and the Urshifu, while Chiyu and Golden are in as well. This is looking rather fine for the Urshifu right now. Not Terra Grass for the Chiyu, but you can only Terra one of these two Pokemon. It will still be able to take a lot of damage. It has the choice. It is decently bulky, but like, you can't choose what to do. You have to choose one of these, possibly Terra. You really know what your opponent is going for. And can go for a free heat if you put that in quite a bit of damage. Cool custom. Have to see you have to see what you are gonna do in this regard. Can switch in Urshifu Water because you are resisting Heat Wave here, as the Urshifu on the opposing side is switching out, trying to get that advantage because we do have that possibility of the Terra Grass onto the Chiyu or the Terra Water onto Golden Goal. We have the Grass trait activated, meaning this Heatran is able to store a bit more health every turn as well, as Urshifu is also coming back in as well. So Urshifu gone, Urshifu back, as Dark Pulse going into that Heatran doing respectable amount of damage, just a little bit under over half, while Chiyu avoids the Heat Wave and the Heat Wave onto the Urshifu, doing a lot of damage. Looking at what Heatran just used on almost. We do have the fake out pressure again for a possible fake out in or the Urshifu. He is now locked, of course, into Dark Pulse, meaning it is able to click that. But I don't think both these Pokemon not really being able to hit Chew very hard. Fake out would hammer knock. Boom. So no stopping tantrum. You do have Terra Fire on the Boom. No real need to click it. Want to keep your grass typing for this Urshifu. And it's kind of rough, to be honest. We saw how much this Dark Pulse still did. Heatran switching out, possibly going back into that Urshifu, making sure that it is able to switch out as well. So, we just finished game 1 and I've got my co-commentator.
Hello!
And the close combat is taking out that Rillaboom, so Rillaboom going down immediately as well. Find a spot to pin. Yeah, but you can just hold it as well, that's fine.
It might be easier in this case.
Yeah.
So, where?
So, in this position, we already have seen that the Heatran has Flash Cannon and Heat Wave. Doesn't really have a good way to deal with the Chiyu itself.
Is the Life Orb set or is it?
It's leftovers with substitute set.
Oh, yeah, ooh. That's not great for dealing with Chiyu.
Yeah.
It's very important for that Goldango that we see right now. Like...
Yeah, the gold angle. Well, the funny thing is the opposing team has a lot of choice items from Twix. So you have no real option to for these a lot of protects, but this Dragonite itself being choice banned and being able to do a lot of damage, at least now. Last game lost because the Chi was just on the field the whole time, could Dark Pulse the entire time as well.
But now there's an Urshifu there as well for dealing with Chiyu. There's Dragonite with the potential for extreme speed. Like, there's a lot of ways of dealing with this Chiyu right now.
As we do have a switch in here from the Urshifu to the Golden Goal. Golden Goal just not wanting to get hit by things as the Dark Pulse coming into Dragonite, not doing that much thanks to that multi-skill. Surgery Strikes finally taking care of this Chiyu. That's the Chiyu does go down.
If that was the problem Pokemon in last game, I think I don't know whose perspective we have, but that's a sigh of relief right there.
Yeah, we've got Twix's perspective if I recall correctly.
Okay, so Emilius and things that happens that like the Chiyu is gone.
Yeah.
It took care of it. However, there's also still that Landorus there, and considering it's multi-skill Dragonite, that could take care of a lot of the threat that is.
King is as well Bandit Bandorus.
Yes.
Bandorus Therian. It's one of those Pokemon that's just being able to, it is. We're watching Twix's perspective, just being able to do so much damage. You also have that Terra Water on it as well, making sure that the Urshifu is Surgery Strikes won't do that much either.
Yeah, Terra Water Landorus, especially with that choice band, is a very threatening Pokemon in this matchup. I noticed in at least my final match of today, which was also against Bandit Landorus, that if you don't have a real way of dealing with it, it can turn very sketchy situations into very favorable ones.
Landorus is still proving that even though this generation, like the previous few generations have been so soft, Landorus time and time again proving that he can adapt and just go with the meta as well. And amazing to see how effective it is in this. Now you have to see who's faster, as we do have the Terra activation here onto the no, it is Urshifu.
Yeah, the Landorus did not Terra, if I saw that correctly, meaning that if this Surging Strike connects, it is game over for this Landorus.
Landorus not wanting to be on the back end of getting that Surging Strikes coming out, one critical hit. Ooh, onto the Golden Goal taking this rather okay, it seems. 254.
It might not be enough.
Not be enough.
Oh, 4 HP.
4 HP survival. Julius Golago is able to just go for any sort of attack as the rock slide coming out. Quite a bit of damage. No KO on the Dragonite just yet. Thunderbolt from the Golden Go.
But what does this Dragonite do? Was this a double target into this Golden Go? Or was this a spread thinking, yeah, this is gonna pick up anyways?
Yeah. This Dragonite slows people onto the field, aerial ace, just making sure that this Golden Go at least goes down.
For sure, for sure. How many Pokemon are left on the side of Emilius?
He's only got one left, so it's 2 versus 2.
It's a 2 versus 2. Heatran is the final. Ooh, this is not looking great, especially with the Terra gone.
Yeah.
This Urshifu can just plow right through it.
Dragonite also stuck into aerial ace as well.
So now no chance of being
and it's
faster.
slower than both of these Pokemon as well. So, yeah, it's as you said, it's a difficult situation to come back from.
I think this might be a GG go next.
Yeah, I think so as well. There's might be a game, and that means we'll have to be moving to top 4 as well. So we do have the Terra this time around. It will be the Landers this time again.
Just in case.
Yeah, just gotta make sure. Just gotta make sure. No heat wave burns.
If the game wasn't over already, like now it's definitely over.
just making sure, you know. 30 strikes into the Dragonite, just KOing that. as the
Making sure
Landers.
Rock Slide miss doesn't.
Yeah. Honestly, it might be fair. If Rockslide missed, that would have been terrible, actually.
It's just playing completely to like, okay, how do I lose from this position and miss?
No. Into the Landers at least. No burn.
No, it's over.
It's a Dusty Moore. Heatran being the slowest thing on the field. And the healing not being enough.
No,
His
no,
little
you gotta take a Surging Strike this time.
Yeah.
That's-
No protecting that. There's no way of survival. You don't have your Terra anymore. The options are dwindling, and the Lander is still with Rockslide, still doing quite a bit of damage as well. As a close combat from the Urshifu into that Heatran, and the Heatran does go down, meaning that Twix did win his top 8 match already. Well played.
And I think, looking behind me, I think all the other ones are still busy, so it seems. So
We might be going to a short break.
we might have a short break on our hands after a very convincing well, at least the end game of that last one, a very convincing 2-1.
It was definitely a good match to behold. Like well played, good positioned, and definitely something that we want to see more of in the next rounds.
For sure. It just shows just the sheer caliber of the Dutch locals at this point.
Exactly. I wholeheartedly agree.